Welcome to Chocolate Beach early in the morning. It just poured a little while ago. I mean, absolutely poured. So let's get our baits ready. Show you how I do it here. I defrosted some frozen shrimp. So I take out a whole shrimp. See, there it is. Okay, I always cut the head off. I mean the horn on the head, like so. Okay, now as you can see, you got one segment, two segments behind the head. I always go one segment behind the head, like so. Now there's a reason why I do that, is because I want the meat here to stop up all the guts in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice the back here open. This will slowly leach out all the natural juices in there. Alright? Use our trusty bake bag. So we're going to turn it inside out while we put the shrimp on. So we're going to get the shrimp, put it on. Now the first pull over the head, what's left of the horn is going to catch the bag like that. That's it. See, look at that. That is a beautiful presentation there. Okay, so this is my setup I just redid, because we're casting out on a pier and we are coming down more at an angle. What I plan to do is I went over about 4 feet on the lead line and I shortened the leader. This is 50-pound test leader. The lead line's 20-pound test, and I'm using 50-pound braid. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I want, when this is suspended like so, see, this will be down like this. Then the reason why I'm doing it like this is because this place has a lot of crabs and the crabs would chew this up. I'm trying to keep this suspended off the bottom. This has worked before in the past. You just got to understand the areas you fish in and adapt to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crisscross this. This is a number 20 circle hook, factory offset. Look at that. You look down the middle, it's factory offset, which means you're going to get a better hookup when the fish hits. Okay, 3, 4, 5. That's all you have to do. Now I'm going to show something that I have been doing for a little while. Yeah, it's a kind of a secret, but not for long. I don't know anybody else that does this, but here in Hawaii we have Kikkoman oyster flavored sauce. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some oyster flavored sauce in a bag, just a little bit, like so. Now people up in the mainland can get this in their Asian departments. Most supermarkets will have it. Get the oyster sauce that doesn't have any extra seasonings like chili pepper or anything else like that, okay? And for some reason the cap doesn't want to go back on very well, but okay, fine. And to mix it, you can use water, but I like to use this. It's a Filipino thing called Patis. This is fish sauce, and the reason why I like using this is because it's going to well, it's kind of smelly. See that? Mix it up. And what's good about these two products, because of the high salt content, is you don't have to refrigerate it. I just leave it in my outdoor utility wagon, and look at that. Pretty good, huh? And here's the secret. Ta-da! Look at that. Don't have to really soak it overnight or anything like that, but see how the material is absorbing all those yummy juices. Because in a place like this is called Chocolate Beach. Reason being, because after it rains, all the rainwater comes down into the middle lock area over here. So what happens is that the predator fish here, which is quite a few, they're gonna go by 3 senses. First would be the sense of vibration, live bait. Then when they start coming in, they're gonna target by sense of smell, finally by sense of sight. So over here, you're not going to get much sight because the visibility is like maybe 2 feet on a day like this. So you can barely see the bottom, the 2 to 3 feet down. So I'm going to help the fish out since this is dead bait, there's no vibration. I'm going to help it out by putting a scent trail. There's our scent trail. So this bag here, I'll just leave it in here. And that's it. Okay, we're going to use our Ultegra, my brand new 10,000 Ultegra. I'm going to launch it with the Breakaway cannon. Because I'm using bait bags, it does have some air resistance, but the cannon here will compensate for that. So the line is going this way, so you twirl the line in the same direction. 1, 2, put it down. Take your bail back. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, perfect. I didn't want to go all the way across the channel because it's kind of shallow on that side. In between that area and this area, it's all shallow. In the middle here is very deep. It's kind of like a channel that goes between here, so I purposely dumped it in the channel. There are times that you don't want to whip it as far as you can. You want to put it where you think the fish have the best chance of hitting. This area over here, I've hit GTs. God, last week I hit 5 sharks. Hopefully there's other things around here besides sharks today. Alright, so put our safety cord on. I'm not going with a bell today, so I don't need the bell holder. And got a nice bend of the rod so you can see what's going on. Now if there's crabs around, they will grab the bait bag and yank on it. I can tell from the tip. And that way I'll bring it in by maybe another 10 feet or so and just let it sit again. So you always have to watch the tip, see what's happening. So hopefully we're going to get a hit today. Thanks. Okay, we got one rig out. Let's put out the other one. Now this is a lamy glass and I got a Ultegra 5500 on it. 50-pound test braid. Now this is what I was talking about. I got a 4-foot long lead line. So because I'm on a pier, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I'm going to have more of an angle so I can keep the bait off the bottom, because there's a lot of problems here with crab. I'm losing a lot of my baits because of crabs. So I'm adapting my system to compensate for that. So what we're going to do is get another shrimp. I use whole shrimps. There's the head. There's the first junction under the head. So I'm going to cut it right at that junction. Okay. The reason I do this is because this meat here will bottleneck all the gullet in there and keep it in there. So the horn I cut off, and the back I'm going to slit open because I want all those gullets to slowly come out on their own. Now this time, because of the crabs here, I am going to double bag this. So I got I made a very small bag here that's only like about maybe 3/4 of an inch long, and bring this up to catch the head. There we go. See, it's only a very small bag. Okay, now I'm going to use my normal 1 1/4 length. See how much bigger that is? See, this way the crabs are going to have a lot harder time trying to pull the bait out or eat through the bag. Okay, how is that for presentation? Looks pretty good. Okay, so our lead line here is 20-pound mono. our main line is 50-pound braid. I'm going to use 50-pound mono on a very, very short leader here. And that's a double loop knot and a Palomar. And this is on number 20 circle hook. It's a carbon steel hook that's been factory offset. These are great. Not many things can work its way off of that. See, if you look at it like this, notice how the tips offset to the side, so that's a better hookup. Okay. So what I do is I always bring my spray bottle, fresh water. Just wipe my hands down, bring a little rag. At the end of the day, I also use this to rinse down, spray down my rods and my reels, keep everything from salt and corrosion as possible. Okay. Now you just have to twirl back and forth. See? 1, 2, 3. I usually do 4. There we go. 4. Look at that. Isn't that a nice presentation there? Okay, that's a double bag. See all the staining? That's all from the gullas of the head coming out, which is good. Now in areas like this, because it's called Chocolate Beach because the water turns to chocolate after a heavy rain. It has been raining recently, so it's not clear. But see, I can see 2 to 3 feet to the bottom over here, so it's not bad. But predators are attracted first by vibration of the water. You're not going to get much vibrations from baits. So the second senses predators use is sense of smell. So they're going to smell this, and then finally when you get closer, they're going to use their line of sight. Okay, so let's help the fish out. The other bait I put out, I used a combination. I made some sauce using Patis, which is salted fish waters. They call it fish sauce. Don't have to refrigerate this because of the high level of salt in it. And oyster sauce. Now in Hawaii this is very popular, but for you folks up in the mainland, you can go to any Asian market and they will have all this. Now this time I'm just going to use the oyster sauce in this one direct, because I found that when I double the bags, it tends to hold in the thicker sauce, the flavoring and the scent. Now look at that. I just use a sandwich bag, and you look at that bag, it's absorbing all the flavors and the scent. Okay, here we go. We got an oyster flavored double bag. All right, that looks pretty good. Okay, let's go launch this puppy out there. I got a 4-ounce pyramid. I like pyramids on sand as well as reef because it holds up better. It catches the bottom. So this is a 5500 Ultegra. I've been switching to Ultegra for almost everything I do now. Love the line layering system because you can get it out there. And I combine it with a Breakaway cannon. So the line is going this way. I'm going to twirl it around once, twice around the cannon, pull the trigger, pull back the bail. We don't want it when I first tried this, I cast it right into the bushes about 200 feet away. We don't want that. We want to get it into the sand embankment just before that. Hey, pretty much, hey, that's it. I can see the sand embankment right there. I'll put it right on the edge. So the fish are going to be traveling from that one outlet to the other. And I've hit some big sharks in the luas, which are GTs. I hit it right there. All right. Put in my sand spike. My sand spike is lined with PVC so it doesn't cut into it. Okay. Put my safety on. Perfect. Now we're going to put a little bit more tension on the tip. The reason why we do that is because it's going to show if there's any fish nibbling, and worse, if there's crabs actually pulling at the bait. I want to get it away to save my bait. So here we go. We got 2 lines out, staggered, one there, one there. See what happens. Okay, got some shrimp on. The shrimp's been, I used some miracle thread. Tied the shrimp on with miracle thread. You can barely see it. Haven't used miracle thread in a while. Thought I'd give it a try. Trying all sorts of different things today. Even the sharks have left. When the sharks have left, that's pretty bad. Only thing stuck around with the crabs. Let's see, some disturbance there, so let's go put it over there for a while. Oh wow, was there disturbance there? Whew. I think I disturbed some fish. Put it in the rod holder. Cinch up. Put the safety on. See what happens.